Judges in Georgia approved a request to seat a special grand jury to investigate former President Trump's possible interference in the 2020 election in that state.
However, this panel will not have the authority to issue an indictment against Mr. Trump. The Fulton County District Attorney, Fani Willis, made the request last week after witnesses refused to cooperate with investigators voluntarily.
The grand jury will allow Willis to issue subpoenas and gather additional evidence to move toward pursuing possible criminal charges. The grand jury is slated to start on May 2nd and could continue for up to a year.
Tia Mitchell joins us now for more on this. She is a Washington correspondent from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. What specific information will the grand jury look to gather from?
Well, it looks like even more so than just if they're looking for certain threads of information, what they're hoping the grand jury does is what you all have already mentioned, is that subpoena power just to get people in the door. That's what DA Willis has said she's had trouble with recently, is just getting people who say, you know, I'm not going to come in voluntarily. You're going to have to subpoena me. And so she wants that grand jury to assist with opening doors so that they can talk to different people of interest as this investigation continues.
And obviously, witness subpoenas are going to be a big part of all of this. So do you think the grand jury will run into similar issues that, you know, the kind of issues we're seeing with the January 6th House committee, in which allies of Mr. Trump are refusing to comply with subpoenas?
I do. It's a little bit different because Trump and his allies have questioned, you know, whether the House committee is, you know, partisan because, as you know, Republicans did not participate. It's a little bit different when you're dealing with an entity looking at criminal charges. This is a criminal case that DA Willis is investigating. That being said, we do expect that Trump and some of his closest allies would try to hold up any subpoenas or requests from information they received from Fulton County. But others, such as Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, have made it pretty clear. If he receives a subpoena, he will comply. He's not necessarily done it voluntarily, but he's made it clear that a subpoena would compel him to answer questions.
And Tia, what would the grand jury need to find the DA, or what would they need to find for the DA, rather, to press charges? And what might those charges actually be?
Well, DA Willis is looking at things like conspiracy to interfere with an election, conspiracy to commit election fraud, even racketeering in general conspiracy, you know, those RICO laws that we normally think about when it comes to gangs and other criminal activity. That being said, I think that, of course, you know, different attorneys have different opinions on what that threshold is, but I think District Attorney Willis is hoping to be able to prove that at the, you know, President Trump and at the top level of the executive branch at the time, there were direct attempts to interfere with Georgia's election. The question will be, can they prove intent? And the question will be what threshold, you know, the courts will decide is needed to prove anyone was guilty should charges be brought against them.
All right. Well, Tia Mitchell, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.